Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Just Bulldogs podcast. We're back after a bye round. Had a few days off from recording, so a bit of a break, and we're getting back into it. So coming off the bye, Bulldogs in the top eight for the first time since 2017 at the end of the round. So pretty stoked to see. Just scraping into the that eight spot. But yeah, definitely stoked to be sitting in that top eight position. Equal points with Roosters, Cowboys, Raiders, and Dragons. So definitely have to keep playing well to hold on to that spot. But I think we're finding ourselves in a pretty good bit of form right now that we really can hold on to a spot in that top end of the ladder and hopefully hold on to the top eight position. This week, Bulldogs going up against the West Tigers, coming into the game as pretty strong favourites, somewhat different than we're not used to seeing, paying $1.37 to West Tigers, $3.13. As we said, Bulldogs sitting at 8th and the West Tigers currently sitting in 15th. This is a home game for us at a core stadium, so definitely try to get down there if you can. I was at the last game that the Bulldogs played, and it's always a great atmosphere going down to the game, watching our dogs play. And we got to watch them come away with a really big win against the Newcastle Knights. So if you can, definitely try and get down there. Getting into the team list, we'll start off with the West Tigers team, go through that quickly. They have Dream Buller at fullback, Charlie Staines and Solomon Alamalo on the wings, Brent Naden and Justin Olam in the centres, Lachlan Galvin and Aiden Caesar in the halves, Stefano Utakamanu and David Clemmer, ex-Bulldog, in the front row. Api Coruscant at 9, also missed ex-Bulldog Brent Naden in the centres. Isaiah Papali'i and Samuela Fainu in the back row, with John Bateman at lock. Their bench, Latu Fainu, Alex Twal, Alex Seyfarth, and Fanua Bowl. And their extended, Jake Simpkin, Stafford Toa, Asu Kapoa, Alex Lobb, and Solomona Fataape. And now getting into our Bulldogs round out team list to take on the Tigers. Connor Tracy at fullback, Jacob Kiraz and Josh Adekar on the wings, Bronson Cherry and Stephen Crichton in the centres, Matt Burton and Drew Hutchison at halfback, Max King and Josh Curran up front with Reed Marnie at dummy half, Viliami Kickout and Jamin Semin named in the back row, with Kurt Mann packing in at lock. Our bench, Bailey Hayward, Samuel Hughes, Curtis Morin, and Blake Taff. And the extended bench for us, Blake Wilson, Pawasa Famasili, Toby Sexton, Jacob Preston on the extended, and Jake Turpin. So some potential changes coming to the side come game day. One particular player, Jacob Preston, on the extended bench. Hopefully we see him coming into the starting side if he can get through the captain running all the fitness tests coming off that fractured jaw. If he does come into the side, I do expect him to go into the back row for Jamin Semin, and then we'll see whether Jamin Semin or Kurt Mann start at lock. The other one likely going to the bench, and then we'll see whether Bailey Hayward or potentially Curtis Morin drop from the side. So definitely some potential changes to come. I do expect Jacob Preston to come into the side, one of the star players of this Bulldog side, 2023 Player of the Year. So definitely excited for Jacob Preston to come back into the side. Offers a lot in attack and is a very, very good defensive second rower. So yeah, hopefully Jacob Preston returns fit and healthy. Very excited for him to be back. But a very big game for the Bulldogs. We've really started to pick up our form getting in towards the middle part of the season. We've found ourselves in a pretty good spot on the ladder. And coming up against a team that we should definitely be able to compete against. Tigers have shown some pretty good form over the season, but have been hot and cold. They competed really well with the Penrith Panthers last week before the score started to blow out towards the back end of the game, but definitely kept it close for majority of that game. So they definitely shown that they can compete with some pretty good teams in the comp. So we really do we can't come into this game expecting to win. They are a solid team. They have some pretty good players across the board, a strong forward pack. They do have a very strong forward pack, a couple of representatives and some older heads. Stefano Utakamanu made his origin debut last year in just the one game. David Clemmer, ex-Bulldog, has played every level, really. New South Wales and Australia. Coming towards the back end of his career, but still an enforcer in the middle. Doesn't get into as much as the we'll say the shit as he used to, getting into the face of the other teams, but still a very good leader in the middle. Gets through a ton of work, makes heaps of meters, runs very hard. So definitely a good player to have in the middle. And then their bench rotation of middles, Alex 12, Seyfarth, and Fanua Bowl. Definitely some big bodies that get through plenty of work. And then their back row is definitely not shying away from plenty of work in this one. Isaiah Papali'i, a few years in the league now, gets through plenty of work. Hasn't had the showy stuff coming off as much since he joined the West Tigers, but still gets through plenty of work. And then young Samuel Afinu looks to be developing into a pretty good middle forward in the move to the edge now, and definitely has some pretty good ability out wide, but still fresh in that position. So hopefully we can try to signal him out at parts. Had a good game last week before getting 10 in the bin for a bit of a silly tackle before a 20 tap. A bit of a time wasting kind of thing, but whether it was on purpose or not, it was a bit silly. So a player that potentially we could try to target, a young player out on that edge. But where I think we should be targeting in this game, definitely some pretty good players here. Lachlan Galvin at 6 has been very good for the Tigers this year. His first year in the NRL really was competing for that Rookie of the Year award before getting the 2-week suspension, though he cannot win that award anymore. But as good as as good as he is in attack, he's incredible in defense. Very surprising. 18-year-old. I believe he's missed 2 tackles in the entirety of this season, so he's definitely very good in defense. So I think we're probably better off going against targeting the older body in Aiden Caesar. He'll be the one that's directing this team around majority of the kicking game. So I definitely think we can try to get at him as much as possible. But yeah, as usual, we'll be expecting our left side to really be dominating the attacking sets. Matt Burton has been in pretty good form so far this season, and his combination with Viliami Kikau has been pretty incredible so far. And then with Bronson Cherry and Josh Odekar finding fitness and joining into that left edge, definitely expect very big things from that left side to continue to grow together. So I definitely think that's where the majority of our points will be coming from. If you're looking for any try scoring tips, it's pretty tough to go away from that left side, particularly Kikau, Bronson Cherry, and Josh Odekar. Josh Odekar's always good at finding a meat pie on these days. So definitely one to look out for there. Drew Hutchison named at halfback once again. I thought there was a chance that after the bye that they would put Blake Taff at the halfback position, but I think Seraldo likes Drew Hutchison, likes the way he plays, doesn't need too much from him in attack, especially when our left edge is performing as well as it is. So it's unlikely that Drew Hutchison's going to be moved from the side anytime soon, unless his defense really falls off. But he has been pretty good on that side of the ball, so unlikely to see him come from the side. Curious what they're going to do with Blake Taff. We've seen him come into the game really late against the Newcastle Knights. He did come on for Drew Hutchison, but there was only about 5 minutes to go. So curious to see what they do with Blake Taff in a game where the score's not blown out and there's no injuries, or if he's just there for injury cover and we're only going to use 3 of our bench players for majority of games. So definitely something to look out for there, how they use Blake Taff. I wouldn't expect him to come on for Drew Hutchison if Drew Hutchison is the answer at halfback for the rest of the season. So definitely something to look out for there. Josh Curran starting in the front row this week. Has moved around a little bit the past few weeks from lock to front row and in the bench. This is definitely our best starting front rowers, our best starting front rowers in Max King and Josh Curran. I did like how they had them split up, one starting, one on the bench, just to keep that really strong front rower on the field at all times. But if you get both of them starting up front, you can really get on the upper hand early. And hopefully, if you can take advantage of the other team at the start of the game, you keep that rolling going. Samuel Hughes has performed pretty well, slowly developing into a long minute player. So hopefully the 3 of them in rotation can do some good things. And then Curtis Moore in the smaller body brings some pretty good impact in small minutes. So definitely think our front row room has developed pretty well over the season so far. Was definitely one of the sore spots going into the season. Not too sure how they were going to perform, but definitely think they've done very good so far. I also think their right side of Charlie Staines and Brent Naden are definitely spots that we could target on the field. Players with some pretty good attacking ability, but not known for their defensive work. Charlie Staines a lighter body in the line. And Brent Naden, a solid defender, but a solid tackler, but known for his I can definitely make some poor reads. So definitely a couple of guys that I'd look to target there on their right side. So they'll have to mark up against our strong edge with Bronson Cherry and Josh Adokar targeting him. I'm pretty sure that Isaiah Papali'i is on that right side as well. He's a very good defender, so a tougher player to get around. But if we can get the ball out wide, get it past, if Matt Burton can get it out wider with kick out Cherry and Adokar, definitely a spot where I think we can definitely take advantage of this Tigers team. So this week, I definitely think we are in with a very good chance to come away with a win, going in as very strong favourites. A lot of this will come down to, once again, our forward battle. This Tiger side definitely has a good bunch of middles, but our boys have really been standing up so far this season. So I definitely expect them to keep that form going. My prediction is in this one. I definitely am expecting us to come away with a win. I think we can definitely put some points on this Tigers team. I don't think we'll be able to keep them to 0. They do have some pretty good attacking potential. So in this one, I'll be looking to come away with a 24-10 win. I definitely think we have the ability to score a decent amount of points and keep them relatively low. Coming off the bye, I expect our defense to be going pretty well, and hopefully we can keep our attacking form going. So 24-10, hopefully we can come away with a win. And my spotlight player, really looking to own his position. His second time being named in this starting jersey. Connor Tracy at fullback. Very happy with the way that he played against the Newcastle Knights. I think he offers a very safe hands at the back, very good at diffusing kicks, and then has a very nice running game as well in attacking areas. Really good in our get-out sets, gets through a ton of work. But has good feet and good silky hands in the attacking areas as well. So Connor Tracy will be the Just Bulldog Spotlight Player of the Week. So hopefully we can see a big game from him. That'll do for this one, our preview episode of the Bulldogs versus the West Tigers at Accor Stadium on Saturday afternoon. 3 p.m. kickoff. If you can get to it, try to. Bulldogs home game, always good to support our boys. But yeah, that'll do for this one. If you're looking for a bit more content, I'm very active during the game on the Just Bulldogs Instagram page. So make sure to check out that. Once again, this is my second YouTube video. So if you want to see the video version of the podcast, check out the @JustBulldogs YouTube page. I'll try to start sharing that around the socials as well. So if you're looking for the video version, check out the Just Bulldogs YouTube. Otherwise, you can check out Just Bulldogs on Instagram and Twitter, and I float around a few posts on the Facebook groups as well, but nothing consistently permanent around there. But I appreciate everyone for listening, and I'll catch us next time. Let's go Bulldogs. Hopefully we come away with a win and keep climbing up that ladder. Here we go.